everyone, Sophia here from My Great Challenge. I don't know which episode number it is. It might be 6. I'm still working on my secretary. I want to thank everybody for your encouragement and those of you who've been watching from the beginning and kind of like learning along with me. It's an interesting journey. It's turning out better than I thought it would, so I'm pretty happy with it. What am I going to do today? Today I'm going to look at the drawer that I did last week, and I'm going to apply the Goodfella filler in the little crack that separates the new piece of veneer with the old veneer. And while that dries and before I sand it down, I'm going to start removing the fretwork from the glass doors, and I'm going to see if I can wet it. Well, I know how to wet it, but if I can wet it and press it over the week so that it comes back flat. So if that doesn't work, I'll have to buy fretwork. Hey, so another thing I want to do is the back, but I'm not going to do that today. What I'm going to do today is show you what backing I'm doing. So initially I was looking for chinoiserie type fabric, like a silk, brocade, something like that, with a yellow background. And I found this one, which I think is spectacular, except that, look at the price. That's nuts. Okay, so I search and search and search, and I found this, which is quite similar, except that that is a peel-off wallpaper. I got it, well, I didn't order it yet. I'm going to buy it from Etsy, and it's a shop that does wallpapers and murals, and you can order in whatever width and length or size you want. And I've contacted them, and for the size that I need, it's going to be $50 for the whole design. Otherwise, the design is kind of off. So I want to have the 2 trees in the back, even though they're going to be covered with things. I don't care about that. I just want the full design. So it's going to be about $50 for the full design. The only thing now is that I have to think whether or not I want it as regular wallpaper or if I want it textured. I'm still thinking about it. So in the meantime, while I'm thinking, let's look at this. And this is the Goodfella wood and grain filler. That's what a base, and it glues as it fills, and it's totally stainable and paintable. But I did order it in mahogany color. So let's look at the actual filler. It's very small. But then again, I don't need a lot. Okay. So you're supposed to order it in a color that is lighter than your stain. I'm good. It smells like Elmo's glue, actually. Okay, so let me close this because it's actually very hot and humid today. And we're going to look at my repairs from last week. So it's been a full week, and I did leave the clamps on the whole time. Okay, let me give you a close-up. And this is one of the repairs that I did. Alright, so I followed the grain, and I do have a little groove, and this is where I want to paste my filler. Let me remove these. Okay, so let's fill it in. So what I'm going to do is let it dry, and it looks to me like I'm going to need to add a little bit of a layer because I have a lift, not a lift, but it's like not the same height. So for tiny little areas like this, I think I'm going to use that as well. Before I was just going to stain it, but it seems that it probably would work. It dries really fast. I like it. I gotta wash my hands. I'm gonna let it dry some more, and then I'm gonna apply a second coat to make sure I have everything even. But I gotta tell you, it's really good for those little areas where the veneer peeled. Anything under 3/8 of an inch. After that, I think you really do need to replace the veneer. I mean, do the repair like I did last week. But for those little areas, it's perfect. It really is super, super good. It's easy to apply. I didn't have any problem with it. I actually do like it. And like if you have irregularities in your wood, if you have like knots or grooves or you know, like a dent, something like that, I think it's perfect for that. Alright, so let me wash my hands. When I come back, I'm going to apply coat number 2 and remove the hardware, then sand it, and then we gotta see what it looks like once it's stained. Okay, so I got 2 coats and I made the second one a little bit thicker because I want to make sure I get that groove, so now I'm ready to sand. I think we're all hanging on to the edge of our seat here to see whether or not this is going to take the stain. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I think it will. It's meant to take the stain, but who knows. I'm not a fan. It removes the texture of the wood, so it's not that you see a bump, you see an area with no texture. That's on coat number 1. I gotta see what happens with coat number 2. This is definitely going to be the bottom drawer that nobody looks at. Or maybe I'll put it as the top drawer, since the table is always going to be open. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because I don't... It's okay. I think you really have to keep it into the groove and not try to go outside of it. That was my mistake. So that's my mistake. Don't judge the product by my mistake. I could sand it more. I don't know. I gotta see what it looks like with 3 coats, since this one has 3 coats. It may cover it. It may blend in. I don't know. In the meantime, I'm going to do the other drawer, and that one I'm just putting that stuff at the bottom. I'm not trying to do a repair because the area is just too small. It's like, again, 3/8 of an inch, so I'm just going to cover that. It is taking the stain. I think it needs more than 1 coat, obviously. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I messed that up. That's okay. Alright, let me do the repair on the other one, and when I come back, we'll apply more coats and see what it looks like. Okay, so I have the repairs done on the second one. I didn't sand it yet. And here's the first one with 1 coat. And this one you see a little bit more. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can tell. But then I realized, yeah, okay, so it removes the very fine wood grain. But once it's stained, I forgot. I gotta put the tung oil on it, and that's gonna remove any kind of difference in texture. It's gonna smooth everything out, hopefully. Okay, that's the theory, so we'll see. Okay, let me sand this one, give it 1 coat, and then I'm ready to do the second coat on the other drawer. I had to move to under the umbrella because there's a big rain cloud coming, and I don't want the rain to start on my project, so I'm doing coat number 2 on this one. So I don't know if you can tell, but color wise it's disappearing. Alright, you don't see it, but the texture is the problem. So either I left too much of the stuff outside of the grooves, I just put too much, period. I'm hoping, and I think it will, once I put the tung oil, that it will disappear. But color wise, you can tell. So top one is the one with the big repairs. You can't really tell, except you see the mark. And again, I really think it's gonna go away once I have the tung oil on it. And then this one has only one coat, and it had a lot of repairs right here at the bottom. I'm trying to see, maybe you can tell. Okay, so those are pretty much disappeared. So the little repairs, great. Bigger repairs, not so great. But then again, it was my first time using it, so I don't know. I really think that once I have a third coat and once I have the tung oil on it, you won't see it. I have to see the weather, because there's a big cloud over there. I don't know if you can see it, maybe if I compare, and I think it's gonna rain. So if it's gonna rain, that means I can't do the fretwork. So let me look at the weather, and I'll probably do a second coat on this, and then I'll do a third on that one, and then a third on this. But it's looking pretty good. At least I don't have missing chunks anymore. Yeah guys, it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to do anything else today. Massive downpour. I know some of you asked me why I'm not doing this in the garage. There's zero light in the garage. There's one bulb, that's it. And even if I was bringing the ring light, it's just not enough. It would look terrible, and I prefer to be outdoors. So it's raining, not yet, but it's about to really have a major downpour. So I'm gonna have to stop here. The drawer with the big repair looks much better with a third coat. You absolutely cannot see it. Color wise, there's zero difference, which is great. Next week I'll put the tung oil. I probably won't film that because you've seen me do tung oil already. So what I'll do is the fretwork, and flatten it and leave it on for an entire week. So once I'm done with the fretwork, once I've taken it out, and put it in a you know, press of sorts, bricks, wood, whatever. What I'll do is I'll start working on the brass and probably finish all the brass next week, and then the following week reinstall the fretwork, and I should have received the back. So what I'm probably gonna do once I have the drawers done is bring it back into the living room, and then I'll reinstall the fretwork and the back in the living room. I'm excited. It's almost done. So I got maybe 2 videos left before this project is finished, and I'm super excited. I like the way it looks. It's not that I wanted it to look brand new. I just wanted it to look not busted, you know, and pretty. Oh, I forgot the top. I still have to do the top. I had 3 videos, 4 maybe. The top, I have to repair the finial, and I have to resand the whole thing and stain it to the same color. The finial, it's just going to be basically me gluing it and trying to patch missing pieces. That's about it. And the more I think about it, the more I believe this is not the original top. I think this is a top from a different piece of furniture, because I'm yet to see a single Maddox, regardless of the year, with a shorter top, you know, the Queen Anne thing, and the finial lower, both on the curves, whatever you call them, and the finial. They all high with a long finial. I've never seen one, unless you can find it for me, where it's short. A short finial and a short embracing arms, whatever they call it, I don't know, decorative top. I haven't seen one. I've only seen the ones with the top that's high. So I believe this is the top from a different cabinet that was added to this piece some time ago, and it broke again, and that's it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it belongs. It's a different color. It's a different wood. It doesn't have the same design than all of the Maddox that I've seen online. It just feels suspicious. That finial is suspicious. Okay, I'm out of here. I gotta go film other stuff. I'm actually gonna go and film a Q&A. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. I don't know how long it's gonna rain. I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to garden today. So the gardening video that's coming up tomorrow, you hear the thunder? I think I gardened only 4 days this week, because Thursday, Friday it rained, and it's raining today. 4 days. So it's going to be a shorter video, but I made good progress. Check all the links down below for the Facebook and Instagram account, my 2 Esty Shop, Patreon if you want to support this channel, and the Patreon. And I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.